So Silksong was released on the 4th, and my God, it is everything. Everything I dreamed it would be. The game is perfect. Perfect, I say. If you've played Hollow Knight, and you should, Silksong is just more Hollow Knight. It's faster paced. You get a lot of different charms. You get different moves. You get different move sets for your needle. Whole new areas, whole new enemies, new bosses, new everything, new music. Christopher Larkin, who composed the music for Hollow Knight, composed the music for Silksong as well. Oh my God, it's perfect. It's beautiful. I'll link below Lace, the OST for Lace. Oh my God, it's beautiful. And I'll also link below his hour and 50-minute soundtrack for the whole game. So if you want to pick something, my favorite ones are Lace, High Halls, Bilewater, and both the Cogwork Princes and the Cogwork area. You can click down on his video and you can select which ones they are. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Let's see. So I want to get you to play it. I want to try and convince you to play it if you haven't. Though I will say, okay, first to start, it's really hard. The early game is really, really hard. So if you don't like hard games, this game might not be for you. It's also a Metroidvania, which means you're going to get lost a lot. You're not going to know where you're going, and there's not going to be very, very much explanation on where to go. So if you don't like getting lost, if you don't like not knowing where to go, if you don't like very dense direction, then you probably won't like this game, and this game probably won't be for you, which is okay. It's only $20, so if you didn't want to try it, hey, it's $20, and if you don't like it, hey, it's $20. It's not a huge deal. And Hollow Knight, if you wanted to try it, that one's $15, and that includes the 3 or 4 DLCs that they released for it. So hey, if you want to try it, you don't like it, you're out what, $15, $35 for both games? Not a big deal. It's beautiful. It's cartoony. I think it's all hand drawn. Like I said, the music's beautiful. The hitboxes are tight. Every room has been carefully designed. All the platforming carefully designed. It's not like some games are procedurally generated, or a lot of things are just kind of placed in like they'll make a model of something and then they'll just kind of stick it in the room. It's not like that. Everything is very carefully placed, very meticulously designed. The enemy placement's very carefully placed. It's fantastic. The story as well. Hollow Knight was very, very light on the story. We played as the ghost who doesn't speak. He doesn't have any. He's void. If you've played Hollow Knight, you know he's void. The void of all personality. Hornet is not, though. She's called a gendered child, so she has personality. She speaks, and with that we can interact with more NPCs. There's tons of NPCs all over the world, so you can do quests for them. You can ask favors for them. They ask a lot of favors of you, so you can like deliver stuff for them. You can get cooking stuff for a couple guys. I don't want to spoil it too much. So you can get cooking stuff for some guys. You can do stuff like that. Just quests. There's a lot of quests because that's kind of a big part of the focus of the game is fulfilling wishes. They're called wishes, not quests. Anyways, it's just fantastic. A lot of bosses. They're all quite difficult. So you start with 5 hearts essentially. But some enemies deal 2 hearts of damage. So you can get 3 shot, which is frustrating. But it's good. It's fun. If you enjoy that, you'll like the game. Again, if you don't like that, probably don't play it. Let's see. There's a lot of... Silksong was it was one of the most anticipated games of all time. So there's a lot of people who are picking it up who I suspect don't really realize what they're getting into, and a lot of reviews reflect that. So if you don't like boss run backs, if you don't like having to spawn at a bench or bonfire or a checkpoint, whatever, you have to run back to the boss. it's going to be frustrating. Personally, I loved it. I love those runbacks. There's one that's really, really long in Bilewater. You start basically at the bottom of the map, have to go all the way up through, I don't know, 30 rooms to get to the boss. There is a secret checkpoint. I did not find it. So I had to start from the bottom. And I did it. Did it every single time. Took me, I don't know, 6, 7 tries. Every single time took me 5, maybe not 5 minutes. It took me a while to get back to the boss, though. So if you don't like that style, you might not like the game. There's a lot of enemy gauntlets. So you go into a room, you get locked into a room, and then they throw wave after wave of enemies at you. If you don't like that stuff, you might not like the game. It's very unforgiving. There's a mechanic in Bilewater where if you touch the water, you can no longer heal. That's frustrating. It makes the areas extremely oppressive. I hope they don't change it. I hope they keep it that way. Continuing with the idea that there's a lot of people who might not have expected what the game was going to be and might be feeling a little disappointed. Personally, I have a lot of faith and trust in Team Cherry. And I want to play the game that they envisioned. I want to play the game that they want me to play. So even if I might disagree with some of their decisions, I still want to play what they made. I want to experience what they made because I trust them. I want to get that experience that they crafted for me. Because if I told them what to do, then it wouldn't be their game anymore. It'd be my game. Especially if they took my advice. I hope they don't. That being said, I will say there is 3 things I found a little disappointing, and they're the reason I won't give this game a 10 out of 10. I'll give Hollow Knight a 10 out of 10. I'll give Silksong a 9.9 out of 10. And the reason is because, 1, Hornet doesn't say Shaw. Oh! No, that was just a joke one. But it'd be nice if that voice line was added, because that was one of her most recognizable voice lines in Hollow Knight. And I don't think she said it at all. It'd be nice if they added that, but that's just a silly one, not a big deal. But the part that I was confused about is so in Hollow Knight, you start off, and the bosses are quite simple, and eventually you go through the game. They get harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder until you fight the Radiants, which is just incredibly difficult. I mean, Silksong, I don't know. I kind of suspect this might be a storytelling technique that they're using, that they purposely did not make the final bosses to be as difficult as Hollow Knight, as to represent that Farloom, which is the land you're in, land Hornet's in, is not such a powerhouse that Hollow Nest was. That's my interpretation of it. That still, there are 3 heart bosses. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but you'll know, if you get there, you'll know what I mean. 2 of them I thought were a little simple. They didn't have very many moves. They didn't have very many techniques to kill them. One of them, you just kind of bounce on her head until she's dead. I just found it to be a little... it wasn't disappointing. I was just confused on their decision to do that. Because there are plenty of bosses in the game that are exquisitely designed. And yet these last 3 bosses were just simple. I didn't really understand why. I should say there's 2, one of them, the Skarrsinger, was beautiful, fantastic. Her music, beautiful. I love that fight. So the other thing was there are some enemy gauntlets before some of these main bosses. And I just found that kind of knocked the excitement out of my sails. Because now I have to fight 2 to 3 waves of mobs before I even get a chance to fight the boss, to fight the big boy boss. And some of those mobs can, like if you're being sloppy, which I often am, some of those mobs can knock off half of my HP. And then I just go, wah, I'm so angry. And then I just kind of throw the fight with the main boss, you know what I mean? Anyways, because of that, I will give it a 9.8, 9.9. And I look forward to the DLCs. Team Cherry's already said that they have DLCs in store. I'm extremely excited for their boss rush mode. If they go with the same timeline as Hollow Knight, it will be the last update. Oh, excuse me. It'll be the last update to Silksong, their last DLC, which I won't probably expect that for another 2 years at the very least. Still, I'm excited for that boss rush mode because there's a bunch of different crests, and crests give you different move sets. So instead of like a forward swipe with your needle, you'll do like a 1-2, or you do like a big jab with a spiral drill thing. I don't know, it's cool. Play the game, you'll know what I mean. But I would really, really look forward to trying a bunch of those movesets out on all the bosses. And I hope that they add some of the enemy gauntlets as well, because there's the one in the high halls. I would like to do that one, to practice that one. It's very difficult. Please play the game. It is fantastic. I'm excited to see what Team Cherry does with their DLCs. I hope that Team Cherry doesn't. I hope that they stand strong. I hope that they don't bow to a lot of these, that these people on the internet, in their infinite wisdom, lecture Team Cherry on how the game would be better if this and that. I hope the Team Cherry does not bend and break. Anyways, it's very good. And I'm gonna go play it right now.